Hey everyone, Melanie Nelson here, coming back to you with, I believe, the third series in the three main fears that stop us from doing what we know we need to be doing or should be doing or could be doing to reach our goals, our dreams, our desired lifestyle, our desired weight, our desired health level, anything along those lines. Any goal you have, any desire you have that's beating in your heart to have. Oftentimes we know what we need to be doing, and even if we don't know, we have the resources to figure it out. We have the brain in our head, we have our 2 feet, our 2 hands, we have our ears, we have our mouth, and we have resources, called that series of tubes called the internet. We still even have libraries. There are ways to figure out how to get what you want. So that is never actually the issue. Right? It's these fears that actually are sneakily operating in the background, stopping us from what we want to achieve and create in our lives. So the first fear that we talked about in this series was success. And so we're going to talk about the second fear, which is probably one of the most common ones, and that is fear of failure. Right? Nobody wants to fail. Who wants to fail? I think everybody is going to face this fear over and over and over again every time that we want to reach a new level in our lives. Every time we want something that's just outside our comfort zone, we're going to face this fear. And this fear, again, dropping things, manifests in a couple different ways. Hold on, there we go. And, the first way is really by paralysis by analysis. And that means that you're functioning on the basis that you need to know everything before you do anything. Now, you probably know people like this, maybe intimately. Maybe you look at them every morning in the mirror. So when you need to know everything about something in order to do something about it or take action, you are motivated by the feeling of certainty. However, typically when you're stretching your comfort zone or you're going towards a new goal or achieving something, starting a new business, new weight loss program, whatever the case might be, there's an uncertainty to that, especially being an entrepreneur, being in business for yourself. There's always going to be a certain uncertainty in that, which is why this fear, this need for certainty, this need to know everything can really hold a lot of people back from achieving their success. And, entrepreneurs, it was once mentioned to me like this, and I can't remember by whom, because I've had so many incredible mentors and teachers and been to so many seminars and read so many books, but I often use this analogy. Is an entrepreneur is someone who jumps off a cliff and builds the parachute on the way down. Now, if you struggle with paralysis by analysis, you spend your whole life packing the chute, and you never jump. You never jump. And if by chance you do, you usually have missed the opportunity. It's passed by. It's no longer going to have the impact it could have. And so that paralysis by analysis is really actually just a fear of failure. I don't know why your brain has been programmed to need to know everything before you do anything. Maybe you were hurt in the past as a child, not knowing something, but all that really matters at the end of the day is that you recognize it in the moment. And you can choose to change it. Because if you want to win, if you want to lead, if you want to make a bigger impact in the world than just a supportive role, because the truth is, if you are an analyzer and you are an incredible student and researcher. You are part of the wheels that make someone else's business function, or someone else's company, or someone else's goal and dream function, because you do the awesome research. You ask the questions no one thinks of. You're providing the tough questions to ask, but you're always just the wheels and part of the machine. You're never actually leading the way. So if you do want to lead the way, if you do want to win of your own accord based on your goals and dreams, you want to start your own thing, then you absolutely need to recognize when you're suffering from paralysis by analysis. And typically, chances are you're going to need some of your closest friends, mentors, coaches, etc. to tell you when to take your head out of your, because you often don't know. It's so habitual for you. So you need to reprogram your mind to take action even before you feel certain. Okay? Business, creating anything out of nothing, no matter if it's business or a goal or a dream, it's creating something from nothing. And so you have to start. You have to start by taking action. Business is a doing thing, not a learning thing. You don't go to school like you do to become a nurse or a doctor and then you practice. You do first, okay? So we have an affirmation for you guys that suffer from paralysis by analysis. I take action in spite of uncertainty. I take action in spite of uncertainty. All right, so how else can fear of failure show up? This one is closely linked to the one we just covered. Perfectionism. I myself, I am a recovering perfectionist. And I have missed out, when I suffered from perfectionism, I missed out on a lot of opportunities, a lot of fun times, a lot of things that I could be doing that I didn't do because I was afraid to fall on my face, look like a fool. I remember in school, I grew up in Canada, and so in junior high we'd have these ski trips, like all of the grades 7 and 9 would go on a big ski trip, and it would be amazing, except that I never went because I didn't know how to ski. My parents couldn't afford skiing when we were kids. I never got to really learn how to ski. So all my friends were typically, pretty good at skiing, and I didn't want to be the one who sucked. If I couldn't do it perfectly, I wasn't going to do it at all. Now that's typically what perfectionism is I'm the type of person that does it 110% or not at all. The problem with perfectionists is that we tend not to do it at all. We tend not to do it at all because who in the hell can be perfect? And my dog is agreeing with me here because no one can be perfect, right? Here's the truth. It's really more just not wanting other people to see that you're not perfect, right? Which is going to tie into our next fear in the next video. But here's the truth again that I've learned and it has served me well. Version 1 is better than version none. And so many companies who are great, who are leading the way, do this well, right? They don't need to be perfect. They just need to get out something that's revolutionary, like Apple, like shop.com, like so many cool businesses out there that are, let's take that step forward. Might not be perfect, might be a little bit messy, there'll probably be glitches, but hey, we're gonna revolutionize the industry. We're gonna do something cool and different. So version 1 is better than version 1. That is a fantastic affirmation for those of you who are perfectionists. You're secretly talented, by the way, perfectionists, because the thing is when you harness the perfectionism to work for you, you are the type of person to get something done and get something done well. People can count on you, and you get stuff done. But the thing is that if perfectionism and the fear of failure is stopping you, then you're one of those people that's secretly talented, meaning you're singing in the shower. Now, you might be a really, 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 really great singer, but nobody's hearing you but you, right? So, again, not sure why this has been programmed into you. For some reason, again, subconsciously, needing to be perfect or correct all time, looking for validation. I don't know, but it's a no-win game. It's a no-win game. It's a game you can never win, ever, ever, ever. You're not playing to win. You're actually playing not to lose. So think about in a sports analogy. When you're in a sports team, you play to win. But as a perfectionist, we are playing not to lose, which means we will never, ever win, right? So here's another great affirmation for those of you who are perfectionists. Progress is perfection. Progress is perfection. Love that one. Use it a lot. Another one I like is every day I take a step forward in my life and towards my goals. Every day I take a step forward in my life and in my goals. Because a lot of times, again, perfectionists, they want to do it all. They want to do it all at once versus, little chunks, consistency, that kind of thing. Just want to get it done, do it right, But the thing is that can be so overwhelming. That can feel so heavy on a person's shoulder and psyche that you just never get around to it. And so don't let perfectionism create overwhelm in your life. Take small daily steps, right? You don't brush your teeth once really, 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 really well, perfectly, get every little thing, and then don't do it for another year. You brush your teeth twice a day, every day, right? 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night. Moving towards your goals, moving towards, becoming who you want to become in business or your goals or your dreams, the purpose you're supposed to be here on the planet is going to require consistency of action. So use those affirmations. We still have one more fear to go. And when you have that paralysis by analysis or that feeling of overwhelm or that feeling of I can't do this right, so I'm not going to do it at all, remember what that is. It's the fear of failure, and it's preventing you from taking the steps forward that you know you need to be taking. And there is no magic pill. I wish I could give you one. Gosh, I'd be richer than I am today. Right? But it is simply a discipline. And affirmations are a fantastic way of reprogramming your mind to do what it needs to do so that you start taking that action. But recognizing when the fear of failure is stopping you, how it's stopping you, and then making a choice in the moment is one of the best ways to reprogram your mind. And in some cases, doing something really outrageous, like saying yes to something you're afraid to saying yes to, because holy smokes, what if you don't do it perfectly? Or holy smokes, what if it fails, right? So there's probably something going on in your life you could say yes to that you're afraid of, that you're not moving forward with, that you could. So there's just some suggestions of how you can implement this in your life right now. I wish you all the best of abundance and blessings in your life as you grow towards your goals and dreams or achieve new levels. We'll see you in the next segment.